Hey y'all, welcome to Happily Faded. I'm Savon.
I'm Talia.
I'm David.
I'm Ani.
I'm Jay.
And this is where we talk about real shit and get real lit. Today's topic is on religion. Oh, you didn't? Oh shit.
Oh, here we go. Let's get it.
That's staying there.
Alright. So, the question is, do y'all believe in religion?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there.
Talia, would you like to go?
Yes, I do believe in religions. I do believe that people. What word am I looking for?
I don't know.
It's, no, like different cultures have different religions.
Right, practices?
Practices, yeah, all that stuff. All that stuff.
Okay.
That's it.
We just go on the line and
Okay.
say if everybody, then we can probably.
I don't think I believe in religion because I believe religion is a little bit more man-made.
Okay.
I'm more of a, like, I guess you could say spiritual person. You know? I feel like
Crystals
somebody-
and shit. No, the other type of spiritual.
That's voodoo. I'm just playing.
What?
I'm just playing.
But more so, I think I'm more like a spiritual. Like I feel like people who are very religious, they tend to have to like want to go to church every week and stuff like that. But it's just like I feel like once you have a spiritual connection with the person, you feel me, whoever he is, like up there. So that's how I feel about it. You know.
Ooh, can I piggyback? But
Okay.
I do believe like some shit is just like the fucking code.
Like what?
For sure.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Everybody opinions first.
I for surely believe in religion. I just don't go to church, I guess. So I kind of like believe in like the foundation about it, like being a higher power. Like I for surely believe there's a God. For the simple fact, there's a lot of stuff. I feel like if we created everything, we wouldn't have any questions. I feel like so. It's like I do believe it. I just don't believe in the going to church every Sunday type thing. But I do for sure believe in religion.
Just to piggyback what David said, I feel like I'm a more spiritual person. I do believe there is a God, there's a higher being, there's a greater force or source or whatever. But I feel like I don't necessarily subscribe to the whole religion and how it's practiced and how like it's a lot of hypocrisy in like well I'll just say Christianity, especially like Baptist churches and whatnot. Like how people say you gotta wear your Sunday's best and you can't do this and can't do that, but they do this and do that. So it's like who are you to judge? Even in the book it says. Thou with no sin shall cast the first stone, and lean not on man for understanding. So that means I don't care about.
this week.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
said the Bible?
Yeah,
He said the book.
the good book.
Oh, okay.
I read it. So in the good book, you know what I'm saying? So they say that. So I don't put my faith or I don't put my trust in human beings or them telling me what I should and shouldn't do. Because like David said, if you already have a spiritual connection, you don't need to go to church to be in tune with God or whoever you feel me is higher up to you. So that's how I feel. Straight from the Bible.
Okay.
Whoa.
So for those who don't know, our word of the week is Bible. So every time we say Bible, you gotta take a sip.
Take that sip.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wait, we all gotta take a sip or he gotta take a sip?
We all
We
take
are
a
No,
gonna
ma'am.
take a sip.
This is
Oh,
not-
alright,
this is not mine. That's not a
That's
single
a
podcast.
unit.
Yeah, we're a team.
Yeah.
Are we?
Black Lives Matter.
Okay. Clearly all of them did. So, I guess I can pick back up for everyone else. I do believe in other people's religion, I guess. That's their own shit. They do what they do. For me, I'm more spiritual. I do also believe there is a higher power, a higher energy, and yeah, like.
I have a question for the spiritual people,
Okay.
or it's something I've been thinking about.
What's
But I feel like with spirituality, it's kind of like a thin line into like too much and too little. So what would be too much? So like, you know how people have like, you know, astrology, the more so like, you know, believing in your like chakras and shit like that. But what is too much to where it's like, okay, now you getting into like the devil's playground, like what would be like your like
I
lines
don't
drawn?
know.
I don't know because I'm actually on. Well, I plan to be on this journey to go more into my spiritual side. Yeah. So like I was talking to someone that I'm close to, and I asked her the same question. She was like, as long as I know that I believe in God and God is her highest power or whatever. When she feel like she's too deep into the spiritual journey or whatever, she'll take a step back and then ask God, like, am I doing too much?
I feel like if you're using, like we all have energies, right? Like, if I came here with a bad attitude or bad energy, y'all would feel it, correct or
yes.
incorrect? Okay. So if somebody is like, you know, like they're in tune with the universe, they're doing their chakras, they're like, you know, like really, really like meditating, like shit like that, but they're using their energy in a negative way,
Okay.
then I feel like that's a little too far for me. Like, I know people do, like, voodoo is real.
Yes.
And if you're doing that, and really, like, being negative and speaking bad to people and shit like that is a form of voodoo. Because if I say, oh, like, you know what, like, universe, I want this motherfucker to go today, like, you know, and I'm really, like, affirming it. When you talk, like, those vibrations is out there, and it's gonna get, eventually, it may or may not, or it might come back to you. Right. So, like, I feel like shit like that is a little too far for me. Because why are you being mean? Like, why are you being negative? Right. Maybe sometimes you have to.
Excuse me?
Same.
Okay.
I was gonna say manifestation.
Manifestation. Yes. For sure.
Manifestation is so real. Like, it's crazy because, like, I had, before I went to beauty school, I had wrote down everything. Okay, like, I'm gonna graduate. Like, I had already wanted to go to beauty school. In high school, I wrote it down. I'm like, I'm gonna graduate with 3.0. I'm gonna do all of this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then, like, I had looked in the book maybe like a couple months ago, like just looking over it, and I was like, wow, like, I really did all of this shit. Like, it was just hella shit on the list, and I'm like, wow, like I really knocked that out. Like, of course, with the power of action, I have to do the work. Right. But it was just a simple fact that I thought about it, I wrote it down, and like really believed that I could do it. Like, I really manifested everything. So now I'm just trying to fucking manifest being a billionaire, you know? I'm gonna write that.
So I got a question.
Me too. What's that?
You wanna go first?
Oh, no. I said write down a billionaire for me too. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My bad, brother. So I don't know if y'all can remember, like, when's the first time y'all believed, like, I guess, in God? Like, when was the first time, like, y'all was like, okay, God is really real? Like,
I never, well, you know what? Honestly, like, growing up, my granny used to be a Christian, right? So she used to make us go to church, make me and her go to church, and all that stuff, and she falling out, crying and shit. And so I really thought it was real. Like, it was this real person. Like, this man really legit. He got motherfuckers falling out and crying and all of this shit. And I'm like, okay, like, of course I'm a kid. So whatever my grandmother believed in, I'm going to believe in. Right? It wasn't until I got older where I'm like, oh, this don't really make sense. Like, certain little shit that, you know, is in the Bible. Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
I said what? No.
Certain things that's in the book.
The good book.
the good book.
The good word. The good book. You know, just wasn't adding up to me. So it's like, well, I don't understand. Like, where some shit isn't like how a virgin birth a kid. It just don't make sense. It's too fairy tale-ish for me. And that's what clicked, like, y'all, it's on some
Then it's
weird
like
shit.
you don't even really know who wrote the fucking
And who the fuck is King James?
the book.
Oh my God.
So
why does he have to write the book?
Yeah, that's just me.
Back to the original question, like when I first like experienced or felt like, oh, God is real. God had saved me a whole bunch of times. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh man, because you know I wasn't the baddest kid, but I wasn't the best kid either. And I just was into shit. I don't know. I just got into a lot of shit, and I just barely escaped or got away or didn't get as bad as a punishment or as severe as consequences. So I don't know. Each time I'm like, oh yeah, that's God. It gotta be God, because like all roads could lead to, oh yeah, I'm getting cracked. Like it's over for me. In some way, there's like a little loophole, a side door. I'm like, oh shoot, woo woo. I'm like, oh, that's God. It's not my God. So I don't know. Since a young kid, I just felt like, oh yeah, I knew it.
Okay.
For me, I had two. One as an adult, one as a kid. As a kid, I grew up Jehovah's Witness in a Jehovah's Witness household.
What's that?
Wow.
Break it down. Break it down. What's that?
I did not know that.
I can know. I can see that.
It's kind of,
Go ahead.
you know
Wasn't
what?
Michael Jackson into that shit too?
His parents grew up like that. Okay, so basically, it's a form of Christianity. It's just basically strictly by the Bible. Everything is
So no
strictly
Christmas, no Thanksgiving.
No,
None of
because it's
that.
a man-made holiday. So everything in the Bible you do, like stuff like that. So it was, my mom was still, she wasn't fully baptized until I got older. But long story short, we used to go, and it was certain things that I would like, I guess you could say like the sermon of the day. It was shit that related to what I was going through at that moment. And it was just like, I hated, like I didn't want to go. It was more so getting up early, sitting there for long hours. Like it was, like when you go to a Baptist church, it's totally different from Kingdom Hall. That's what they call it. Like it's totally different. You don't see people, like they sing, but you don't see people like hopping through the halls. Like it's not, it's like really, yeah, like it's like really slow. So as a kid, I'm like, this is like boring for me, but it was like everything I was going through as a kid or like in school and stuff at the moment, like I would get like, hear that type of word of advice. And I was like, it has to be, like there's no way. And then as an adult, I made a prayer, and I don't really tell a lot of people about it, but I asked God to send me a sign if I should go back to a specific school. And I sent an email, they wrote me back, but they never responded. So I was like, that was a sign from God that I wasn't supposed to be there. I was trying to go back to FITM. I dropped out. And then by the time it was time for me to go back, I was like, well, I don't know if I want to go back. I don't know. I would just want to suck it up. I already owed him money. Like, might as well just go back. But long story short, I asked God to, like, send me a sign if this school was for me. And they never responded. They never reached out to me. So I was like, okay. So it just for surely wasn't meant for me. Like, God knew what he was doing.
For me, I want to say, still happens to this day. It's just, I don't know, bro. I get put in certain situations, and I feel like I know it's about to happen before it happens. It's like something bad to happen. It's like literally I'll be asleep, and like I get woken up out of nowhere, just randomly. But the thing is, something happened while I was woken up that I don't even know about, and I just hear about the next day. I'm like, damn, like that's crazy. Like that could have been me. Like stuff like that, and I just feel like it's always been. I feel like I get secret signs, secret messages. I know, for me personally, like going back to school is one of them things. Like, cause I didn't know if I wanted to go back to. When I was in Atlanta, I was debating on staying at Morehouse, and I was like super unhappy. But it was like, okay, maybe I could just thug it out. You feel me? Go to school and out here, and I remember I'd asked God, and I was just like, should I go back home and just play basketball? So, and then all of a sudden, coaches was hitting me up, and you feel me? It happened just on some weird stuff, and I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I guess cuz wrong like that.
That's cool.
For me, as a kid, my auntie, she had her own church in her basement, and like some things like would really
Auntie lit.
some things would like really touch me, like the sermons and stuff like that. Like I feel it. The second one would be the signs. Like I have dreams, and like I ask God to send me a sign, and the signs be there. And the third one, I'm about to low key get real personal, but I was in middle school, and me and my mom, we went through like some shit to where we lost like everything, like housing, clothes, shoes, hella materialistic shit. And my mom, she went through mental health issues, depression, hella shit, and then she would just like speak in tongues. And she would speak in tongues at night, and she couldn't sleep at night because what happened, it happened at night. So she was like traumatized. And so she'll just be like, basically just go to church all the time, speak in tongues, and she'll be like, it's like our time is gonna come, it's gonna get better, yada yada yada. Then blessings just start coming.
So, my next question would be like, when y'all stop going to church, or what made y'all stop going to church?
I probably stopped going to church before middle school. And what stopped me from going to church was like, it was this pastor at some church, and he would always like come to the girls like, oh, come to my church, we doing this, this, and that. But then I heard that he was like a child molester and stuff like that. So shit like that made me stop going to church. And then like, I have an auntie, she's a Christian, and she will always punish one of my older cousins for sinning. And then it's like, how could you do that? But you talking to a woman, you're like sinning.
Oh no, go ahead.
I guess for me, like, even like when I was back in Atlanta, you learn about, I guess, mega churches, like, you feel me? So you learn about the conflict of religion and how people can manipulate religion in a certain way to a point where like they get followers and it becomes a money hungry sport. You feel me? It becomes entertainment. So I think that's why personally I stopped going to church. And it was just more so, that's how I it's crazy because that got me more connected spiritually. And I just felt like I personally started reading the Bible more at home. Like I got an app, you feel me? See the Bible app. My bad. But that's what it's called though. That's what it's called.
We know what it's called.
You feel me? That'd be alright.
Make sure y'all take 2.
Anyways, but you feel me with that app? You get the verse today and stuff. What you feel me?
What?
The verses of the day?
Oh, you want to play, huh? Okay.
Y'all gotta take a shot.
He's talking about the verses
That's
of
it,
the
I
day.
mean. Who recommended it? I said Bible.
You gonna say
I
that?
just-
You ain't right. What?
You want to drink, huh?
For me, it wasn't a specific scenario, but it wasn't until I was able to say I wasn't going to go for me not to go, for the simple fact it was my own personal choice because I didn't want to be a hypocrite. I didn't want to, like, if I was going to devote my whole, not even want to say my whole life, but if I was going to devote myself into being baptized, and that was what I wanted to do, I don't want to smoke. I don't want to be doing things I know I shouldn't be doing. Like, that was my personal decision because it was just like, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm sitting here baptized, but I'm still partying and kicking it, celebrating holidays and doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, that's not the choice in the life that I wanted to live. So, because it's just like, you know, like I said, my mom, she was up and down in religion. So it was like we practiced Jehovah's Witness, but she wasn't baptized until I was grown. So she was still, you know, celebrating holidays here and there and stuff like that. So it wasn't like she was still practicing and still trying to figure out where she was going and stuff like that. So it was, I didn't want to be a hypocrite. That's basically what it is. Like, I didn't want to sit there trying to lie, going to church every Sunday, knowing damn well I'm doing whatever I want to do. God sees me, you know?
Right. For me, I feel like maybe middle school, I say like 6th, 7th grade, our church, they moved. Our church home moved. So, and I think they went to Texas or some shit. Or no, first, I think they moved to Oakland. We was in the city. I'm like, we're not going to go all the way to the Oakland. No, it was Hayward. And then they moved to Texas. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. My mom was like, we're not doing that. And she was supposed to be a minister in training. So, like, I feel like I never really missed out on the church experience because she always had church going on the TV, had Bible verses. We also, you know what I'm saying? All the
Peter
stuff.
Pop-Off. Oh, shit.
Everything.
We drunk. I'm declaring you.
Right, so we always
I'm
had
not
that. So
drunk yet.
I never really felt like I missed out on anything, but I stopped going to physically the church. And then, like, I think 7th grade summer, the summer before 8th grade, I went to the church called Glad Tidings. Because that's where all the kids went, you know what I mean, after school and stuff like that, because they had programs on Friday nights, you know, they did for the youth stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I went for the wrong reasons, of course. But, you know, it was cool to be in a safe space, and then we wasn't outside, you know what I'm saying? We still knew people that was outside just chilling, you know, to get into whatever people get into, you know what I mean? But that was like our little safe haven in middle school. And then freshman year in high school, I stopped going because I'm like, oh, no, this stuff, like, it's phony. Like, it's weak. Y'all ain't doing nothing. I ain't trying to be in the little basement area reading the Bible, then having Earth wars. Like, I'm cool. Like,
You want to play, huh?
Yeah.
But you do it on purpose.
what about?
I chose a good word.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a good one or a bad one.
You know what
I
I'm
didn't think we would be saying it this fucking much.
I think church would have been
Right.
worse.
I mean, this.
Oh man,
Church,
yeah,
was
church
worse.
would've
that would be young. I'm saying so. I don't know. I feel like
Stuck.
yeah, since I guess like
It's only hypnotic.
maybe 11, 12. That's when
I should have like
stopped
13%
going to church.
in it.
And it was hella like it's hard to find a church home that's like really preaching the word. You know what I mean, from the good book, because yeah, it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of contradictories. It's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, you shunning gay people, but you a child molester. It's like, where we at in this? If God sees everybody's sins, then
I had a
everybody should be. You know what I'm
situation
saying?
about that.
And then you got social media showing the pastors flying across the church. Like,
Peter Pop,
why?
Peter Popoff. Y'all know the commercials I'm talking
Yes.
about? Y'all know the
I
Peter
ain't
Popoff,
seen
that
Is
white
it
guy?
white dude? Yeah.
They be selling a little holy water.
Oh, water.
they be
Oh,
running
Channel
out.
7?
Bang,
Yeah,
like you said.
yeah.
Like you said, they be
Spiritual.
mega churches. They be having
Taking
bang.
advantage.
They be having
Yeah.
a bank.
People.
And that's
Yeah.
another reason why I stopped going to church, because I have a family member, and he was on his way to being a minister, and they went from a small church to a big church, but with that it came the cars, the big houses, the golden forks. Like, why do you have gold forks, but you can't even put money into your family?
Yep.
Right. It was, God's blessing us for being good stewards. No.
Preach
Like,
it on the
actually,
book.
No.
And
No.
it's crazy because
Like, you ain't checking on us not nan day in this damn
If
pandemic.
God blesses you, that means you're supposed to be a blessing to others. Don't just spread the word. Help us financially.
Exactly.
If you got all this money to get new cars and houses, why don't you help out the people of the congregation? You know what I mean? But you know, people don't want to do that.
and they never do. They never do. They gonna be like, I pray for you.
Pay for me, baby. Don't pray for me.
Okay.
Pay for me. Don't pray for me.
I really feel like all they do is sell hope and sell
They
dreams.
some hope dealers.
And I think I stopped going because
I can do
I
it.
think like my granny, we kind of like my grandma never had a car, so we used to catch the bus to church all the time, and we used to be late. So like she told me that the ushers was like, oh, basically if you're not gonna be here every Sunday, you can't usher. So my granny like, bitch, fuck you. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna come then. Like, you know, like y'all on some weird shit.
Right.
So she really stopped going, and it's crazy. After that, that's when we started learning about spirituality. But it was that for me. It's like, how you gonna? I'm not gonna pay for this.
It's too like.
I'm sitting here dedicating, you know what I mean, my time and all of this for the church. I'm not getting paid to usher, you know. And it was that, and then also like just the hope dealing. Like I realized, like, wow, so like y'all doing all of this with this money, but yet the elevator is still broke. Why is the elevator still broke?
We gonna get into it.
And it's like you taking all I wouldn't say, I'm not gonna say poor folks, but
Community.
yeah, like our community guys,
Resources.
like we fucking work hard. A lot of motherfuckers be up in there and probably on their last, but they get a last $5 because they are selling hope to them that you're gonna get more. Like if you get, what is it, 10%, 10, whatever.
Yeah, anything above 10% is
Then it's, how you
Okay.
gonna tell me what I'm about to give if I only
Yeah,
got
I used to
50
get 50%. But that's the last point. It's just like I just kind of seen like, wow, and I had seen this video. I gotta ask my auntie about it, but it was this video, and it was basically about how pastors, they all say the same shit. Like they all say the same thing. It's the look at my talk to your neighbor and tell your neighbor this, and then they say the same things, and I'm like, when I was like, wow, this motherfucking pastor be doing that, and I'm like, nah, like this is fake. Like I know he ain't out here doing us like that, and it's like, wow, but they actually do because it's really a business.
Yeah.
It's not nothing. I wouldn't say all, right? I don't know, but the one I went to, and majority is
Put it on my phone. Low power mode.
is
Low power mode. Okay.
majority is for business. Like you taking people's lives, their little twos and fews, but really that shit add up. Especially every Sunday, and then people coming for Bible study, and then people
Well,
She said it hella slow though.
I didn't even. Okay, people are coming for the good book study, and shit like that. So people are pouring a lot into it, and
first service, second service.
Yeah, and they're not really, like I said, all they're doing is selling hope to people, and people are like really falling for it, even though like they don't know that like the good book was for control control.
You ever seen the book of
African
Eli?
Americans, but I guess we'll touch on that later. What you want to say, sir?
I was gonna say, do y'all feel as if I know I've been through this personal situation. Have you ever tried to tell your, like you ever tried to tell your parents like that the good book may not be as good as it seems?
No. I never did.
I definitely did, because I had a small mom. I definitely tried to question. Like, hey,
Yeah,
mom, because I talked to my mom about, like, so what's up with Job, the book of Job? Like, so what does kids do? Why do kids have to die? Why was God testing him but had to kill kids? What do kids do?
What they do?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I started asking her little questions about this. She tell me, like, oh, it's not to focus on that, it's to focus on, like, Job, keep faith. No matter if you take everything from you, you're still going to keep faith. Well, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but, like, would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you still keep faith? They just killed all of us right now? She's like, well,
like that's like
I gotta think real life.
And another thing
like,
too, like it was a what you said, hypocrite. People being hypocrites. Like I used to see people like you about to go home and still go do the same shit you was just doing before you got here. That shit blows me. Like, so you telling me you don't want to smoke on Sundays? And then after you can be like, no, I'm doing good today. I'm about to go to church. I'm saved. I'm about to hear the word. And then you're going to go home and smoke. Or whatever. Ain't that a sin? Like, every fucking thing is sin. It's like, you're kind of like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a sin before you even do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cheating. If you thought about it, you sinned.
Yeah. So
So you
it's
might as
like,
well
it's
all
the
down.
hypocrite.
I'm just saying,
I don't like that.
If
Like,
guys
don't
gonna do
be
it,
in here judging
No.
me. Or if I have colored hair, you're judging me.
Right.
If I have a skirt, you're judging me. Like, that shit
right, like, who
is for the birds. I don't like that. That would fool me.
It's
Like,
a lot of
I don't
hypocrisy
like
and
that.
bureaucracy in the church, and it shouldn't be like that.
No. And it's like, why are men always in charge? I don't like that.
That's that.
Anyway. Oh.
I think
You
it
said
says
you
it
won.
in the Bible. It says it. Oh,
You see?
that is one though. She's a minister.
So I was gonna say,
Or what do you call the female?
It's not many though. She's lucky.
Yeah.
But she started her own shit though.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't be able to go to a big church and be like,
They're
I
not
got
gonna-
some shit to say.
They're not gonna
Exactly.
respect her
They're not.
They're not gonna
as a
respect
woman. Which
No.
goes into
they
the
feel
whole
like
sexist
a man
thing.
should lead.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
Do you guys feel like a
Yeah.
man should lead?
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, that's a different conversation.
Wait, okay, so I have a question, right?
the good book.
The good book. We're gonna get off the good book, because it seems like we're all saying that word.
Right.
Do you believe in
What?
heaven and hell? That's my question.
I feel like we're already living in hell, and I do believe there's a heaven.
Okay. Nick, what's so funny?
I get told to go to hell every day. So.
Okay, I mean, they're manifesting it. Sorry. It's okay.
Stop doing it.
I know that people go somewhere.
Right.
Talk to me.
I believe that
Minister T.
Come on now. Pass the tea, huh?
I believe that
Talk big.
if they're a person that did right in life, yeah, they'll go to heaven or it's above. But if like they done like nothing but bad shit, I feel like their souls aren't resting, so they probably don't go to
That was a question.
So wait.
HE
No,
double
you can
hockey
go. You
stick.
can go.
Okay.
Cause I'm still like,
On the fence.
yeah, like
So in the good book.
All right.
No, let me tell you.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you.
Right.
The good book. My mom or like the family I came from, we didn't like have to read the Bible.
We just said the good book. Literally, we just said it. Literally.
We just said the good book. We just said it. 2 seconds ago.
Like it was there. Like my mom, she had it displayed on her coffee table,
Mm-hmm.
and like the only time I would like really read it is if I'm going in there to look for something, or like if I'm in church or like with somebody who reads the Bible.
No, she didn't say it all the way. She didn't say it all the
She said
way.
bye.
Who reads the book?
She said it.
Who reads the
All
book?
right, drunkie.
Talia's gonna get you drunk.
This was my question. Right, 2 things. One, what was the first thing?
You was like in the book.
No, before that.
Come on now.
Oh, boom. You talked about like heaven and hell, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, I was scared. Like, damn, like I don't necessarily believe it, but what if I'm right? I ain't trying to go down here, fire and brimstone. I ain't trying to, you feel me? I
Yeah.
don't even like heat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, so let me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna believe in this now. But fast forward to what you were saying. You said that if they were doing bad stuff, then they're gonna go somewhere else. Their soul's not gonna rest.
Their soul's not gonna rest.
In the good book. The man upstairs, yeah, he's all forgiving and all knowing, right?
Yeah.
Right, which is
Oh,
why I
okay,
kind of don't
exactly.
believe that there's a hell because wasn't
Right.
the devil an angel before?
That's
Yeah.
why
He
I
got
said
cast
we're
away.
already here. We're already in hell.
Yeah.
We're in his domain. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the goal is to get to heaven. I think
Yes.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, another question, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so do you believe that God / Jesus ain't that the son?
That's
Right.
a boy.
That's his
That's
favorite
that's
boy.
his oldest boy.
Bible.
That's his big boy.
That's Bible.
All right. Do you believe that these people are like in flesh, like human, not humans, but like, do you believe that
Reincarnation.
What do you mean?
they're, I don't know how to explain it. Like, do you believe that they're not real, but like
There were people
like
that were here.
So here's the thing.
Reincarnation?
yeah, like you know what I mean? Cause,
Yeah.
'cause what I feel like God or Jesus and Jesus is not there. A lot of people, cause they say him, he. It's just all this masculine
was a
ass
she?
shit.
What if it was
Exactly.
in his head? This
It's like,
whole
why would
time?
they call Mother Nature Mother Nature if a
And Father
fucking
Time,
man
Father
created
Time.
it, right?
Mhm,
That's just my
right.
thing. But it's also like a lot of people be like, oh my God gonna come down and strike you. He gonna get you. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. And it's like, actually, no, man. Like, I don't feel like it's a flesh. It's like there's no flesh. It's a spirit, like a soul, not a spirit, soul. Do you get what I'm saying?
You don't feel like
Yeah.
it's an actual physical human?
It's I don't feel like that.
So you don't necessarily believe in Jesus?
Wait, you're saying, so you say you don't believe God is a person?
Not a
Not an
He's
actual
a
being.
spirit.
Not
I
a being.
feel like
He's omnipotent. He's supposed to be everywhere, everything.
He's
He's not a physical
He's
being.
spirit.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
spirit.
He
but
was
the
in another
fact-
book,
but
though.
the fact that you're specifying this
As-
soul or
They're
the
trying to
feeling
grasp
as a
it to something they can
man-
understand. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
so how the fuck am I supposed to believe some shit like this?
Exactly.
Okay,
But think of
alright.
it. But think of Adam and Eve though. Because if that's the case, if it was God was a woman, why wasn't Eve made first instead of Adam?
She probably was.
No, in the Bible it says
I know
Adam was
what I'm
made
saying.
first. That's why.
Bruh!
Fuck! Damn it!
We about to preach.
Wow.
Alright, never
Woo.
So in the Bible, how?
Bruh.
Oh my
You ain't allowed to talk no more.
Okay, in a good word.
She's serious
Miss
right
S is
now.
coming.
Was she serious?
She's serious right
She did that
now.
on purpose or she was for real?
No.
Come on, Miss S.
Wow.
Okay, so the good word.
That is twice.
The good book.
In the good book.
How was
Gee,
when I read it. When I read it, it basically, that's why we have one more rib than men do, because we are like a rib of the like flesh of a man. Basically, the man was created first, dust to dust, ash to ash, blah blah blah, and Adam was made first. So we were a rib from a man, and the reason why things went left is because Eve in the Bible.
So
Because-
wait.
I'm gonna tell you.
We gotta take a sip.
I'm gonna tell you.
Why? Because Eve?
No,
She just said Bible
in
again.
the, yeah.
Who said what?
She
He
said
said in the Bible. But
Yeah,
go
that's-
ahead. Keep going as we drink.
Okay.
As we shall.
Because in the book, it was stated that they both weren't supposed to eat the forbidden fruit. The serpent came down, which was, we all know as Satan, came down and basically persuaded Eve to take this fruit. Now, if Eve would have just ate it, because first of all, she was second, if she were to just ate it, he would have made a whole new wife, and we still would be a perfect human beings. This is what it's saying in the Bible. But since she's the one that ate the fruit and Adam chose to follow behind and then he didn't have his own mind,
So he a weak-minded bee.
the men fucked it up for everybody else.
So wait. What you're telling me is essentially women messed up first because
No, men messed up because he followed women. That's why she never listened to women. Because if you do,
First
and
of all,
this is why.
Because you guys were the original creatures in
Exactly.
the Bible. So you were
You tried to
originally-
lead. When women try to lead, they mess
You're
up the whole
supposed to
world.
lead.
the
It's
fact
really-
that she keeps
that's-
saying Bible so many
Right,
times.
like we
So
bring it.
many times she being
you're
serious.
killing me, bro.
I'm sorry.
Just say
Okay, look.
in the story.
In the story,
if you want to drink, just say it.
story.
the reason why we're imperfect is because of Adam. Bottom line.
Because he followed behind a
He
woman.
Alright, so
Like-
wait.
Go ahead.
Because so with that being said, doesn't that create an all generational problem?
That's why we're imperfect and we have incestation and all sins and
Who's
stuff.
we?
So what?
No, just along the lines of stuff. Because back in that time, it was normal. Like,
They
if
might
you
like
you do your research and like in the 1800s, that's what they was doing.
Yeah, that's how.
So
Yeah.
you know, so like let's be real,
Yeah,
like
shit.
they was doing that type of stuff. They was fornicating
Well,
and all types of stuff.
why?
Because they was trying to keep it in the bloodline.
Why? No. Why did it have to be that? Like, why couldn't it be something else? Like, why does it have to be the weird shit?
You know what's crazy to me though?
Like, why?
Adam and Eve, they ate an apple, and the doctor said apple they keeps the.
But
whatever.
The good word, it doesn't say it's an apple.
What
It
they
just
say?
says a forbidden fruit.
Fruit.
It doesn't specify
It was
what
a
type
red
of
apple.
It was a red apple.
It was
That's
a red
just
apple. And that's what you.
stupid.
And that's why you exchange that for knowledge. Because remember, the serpent said, "Oh, and if you eat this, I'll give you knowledge about self and everything else that God doesn't want you to have." And isn't that funny how you give a teacher an apple? That's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, get me up there, bitch.
It's the irony.
That's
of
a
it.
But that's what they say. That's what they say in the good book.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all don't think, like, I don't know. Yeah. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't feel like half of the shit that they be said in the good book is fairy tale.
I think it's.
Yeah,
I think it's
because
BS.
Like, cause I feel like if they made it seem like whoever Adam or Eve was these bad, somebody ate the damn fruit, whatever the fuck it was, like
Quesadilla.
the damn burrito, whatever the
Right.
fuck.
It could have been shrooms. Like,
It could have been shrooms. Clearly, they're hallucinating. All right.
Listen.
But it's like I don't think people think outside the box. They're only thinking within the book, and it's like, okay, not everything you read, bruh, is right.
Right.
And they make it seem like it's so like this is what it was, and it's like, no, my nigga, like how is this possible? Like they're making it's like a matriarch, right, and patriarch thing. They're making it seem like the man or the woman is bullshit, and she fucks up, and she's this, she's that, she's so low, and the man is here. That's what I get from it, because they're making it seem like Eve was fucking
Ain't shit.
because she ate the fruit, the forbidden fruit.
Because she didn't want to listen to Adam. He said,
She didn't
"Don't
want
go
to
there."
listen. Exactly.
She
So
don't listen.
to me, that makes
I
it
need a
seem
little
like
baby
I'm
that's gonna
supposed to
listen.
listen
Okay,
to
but
a
what if
man,
he
and
probably
I'm
would
not
have
listening
eventually
to
went
shit.
But God is the
before
man.
she
God
was
is the
over there.
all being.
Then
But
what?
I'm saying the fact
If
that
he would have
told
ate it
her,
regardless, it would have been over. She would have ate it, it would have been a whole new woman created. That's what it says in the
so
Bible.
that was gay.
No.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Why would it?
Okay.
Next
We're
topic.
gonna shift.
Because I'm confused.
Lillard?
Lily.
Oh, Lily.
He had
Okay.
a first wife named Lily.
Mm.
And then Eve. Y'all read that up.
Can you date someone who doesn't have the same religion or spiritual values as you?
Values, no. Religion, sure.
I couldn't date an atheist. It's not happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not dating no atheist, no Satanist.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm
Oh, you
cool.
better shit.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, no.
As long as you, I feel as if like as long as you in tune with yourself, you feel me, and we have a proper communication on how we gonna raise my child, I'm straight, Kev. You feel me? Do what you do.
And you're not inflicting your religious views on me.
Yeah.
Like, to where if you're Muslim, I don't want to be Muslim. So don't force me to be that.
Right.
Now, say if you are dating someone that's a different religion of you, will you marry them? Do you see yourself long term with them?
It depends. I feel like if we have,
what it is.
cause I feel like with religion is kind of tricky. I feel like at the end of the day, if y'all foundation and y'all come to an agreement of this is how my household is being ran, I feel like what y'all do with y'all religious views, as long as y'all both have an understanding there is a higher power, there's God, like you have something to like, you just not going off of your top of your dome like an atheist or type, shit like that. I feel like it's okay. Cause I know people that were Jehovah's Witness, but their partners weren't. But they still let their partners go to church and do whatever they wanted to do. But this is how our household is ran. This is how we have our morals for our children. This is what we're going to do.
Compromise.
But we're doing our own whatever we want to do. But I'm Christian. I just not practice what you practice. So I feel like as long as you have like the mutual respect boundaries, understanding, I feel like religion shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
What about children?
No.
I know. I don't think you should inflict religion on kids. I feel like you should let them choose.
Yeah, I agree.
Anybody else want to talk about, what was the last question I had? Can you date someone? No.
No, but if it comes down to it, there has like what she said. We gotta make it work. Your family gotta accept me too. For who I am.
Okay, and then we have 3 minutes left. So I think the last question, do you pray and who do you pray to?
Yeah.
Want to go and just do?
Oh,
Yeah, last 3 minutes.
When I do pray to God.
I pray, but I'm not no prayer. Like I pray every day on my knees and stuff. I think it's weird because we're taught that you're supposed to get on your knees. And like, you feel me?
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
And pray.
Yeah, because I'm gonna lay in my
That's
bed.
totally
and
not
pray.
Right.
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
I don't think God want to see me like
Then
that. You know
having
what
to
I'm saying?
pull out the little.
Right.
Going to hell, but
I can't do it.
it's just like I feel like however you talk to God is however you talk to God. Like, I could be talking to God like right now, you feel me? Or I could be talking to God in the car, you feel me? However I talk to Brad, how I talk to Brad. I talk to him like he's my homie, so you feel me? Yeah.
Oh, Mom.
My mama is regular.
I do pray and I pray to God. But I say, of course, Jehovah. But yeah.
So you're still Jehovah's?
I'm not baptized, but I do believe the whole concept of it.
So in order to be Jehovah's Witness, you have to be baptized?
You can practice, but for like a real witness, baptized.
Got you. Okay.
Mm.
Just wanted to clarify.
You can still like do Bible study and still do one-on-ones with people to like learn the Bible and stuff like that without being baptized.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I pray to the man upstairs, you know. We cool, you know what I'm saying? You look out for me, I pray for you. Nah, like real stuff, like I have my own relationship with the Lord, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and it may not look like other people's, but it's still my relationship. Like, I know my mother used to like, pray out loud. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna pray out loud.
Right.
We good. He know where my head at.
Yeah,
We good. Like,
He
I'm
know what to
good.
do, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? He got me, I got him. We come on now. Prayers go up, blessings come down. Come on now.
Simple.
Last minute, come on.
Right. With me, I mostly meditate and I manifest,
Email.
like how we talked about earlier. I don't really pray to a person. I just kind of think it, believe it, feel it, like really believe whatever I'm thinking and want to manifest, and it do. And I just pray to the universe.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes my prayers don't get answered, which is why I want to switch over to talking to the universe, because I feel like I work with the universe better than actually going to church, praying to God. But I still do believe that there is a
Higher power.
It's
It's
higher
higher
power.
power.
Can that be one and the same instead of just calling it a different thing? Like say
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm praying, I'm in touch with the universe, but really like you saying praying to God may be the same thing, just saying different words. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm
It
saying?
can be, but when I feel like when a lot of people refer to God, they're referring to a certain religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you say God, you like, oh, you Christian?
Right.
Oh, you
Right.
this. You know, it's like
Okay.
when you say universe, it's like a broad, like it's the universe, it's the whole
Whatever you
fucking
believe
shit.
in.
Yeah, whatever you believe.
Whatever
I just like because you know you can manifest things, you know, vibrations in the word and the Bible they talk.
Ooh, how many times we said that?
In the good book, it talks about you know there's power in the word. You can bless or curse with your tongue. So I feel like it's all the same thing. I mean, in a sense, concept wise.
Alright, so that was the end of this conversation today on religion.
Woo!
So tune in next week for the next topic. Can I get a drum roll, please? Domestic violence.
Ooh.
How do you support a friend in an abusive relationship?
That nigga be knocking that bitch head off.
Hey!
That's fucked up.
That's not funny.
I'm not letting my friend get beat on.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Remember, this Happy Faded. Tune in on Wednesdays, 8:30 on Clubhouse. We will be there, and you will not be square. Yeah, see ya. We love
Make
y'all.
sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you made it this far, what was the word of the week?
Ooh. We said it in the beginning.
And don't forget to read your.
Oh, shout out to Hypnotic for the alcohol.
Hey now, say now.
We out of here.
See y'all next week.
Yeah.
Somebody got to turn it off.